What's going on, family? I am just out. The sun is finally like winding down, and I'm walking out my complex to the store before I get back and I wind down for the evening. But first and foremost, my disclaimer: y'all know I'm getting tired of Facebook, right? It's such a platform that eventually you will evolve and you grow out of, and I've been telling y'all this for a while, but I'm just to that point, where I'm ready to leave it, but I don't want to wait 90 days for my page to be deleted and all of that good stuff. So without further ado, peace and light to everybody. Love to everybody. We gotta love each other. We gotta have some sort of unity, even if it's not in physical unity. We gotta have some sort of universal unity. So much going on right now with politics, and so much going on in the world. Who knew 2020 would be a year of so much? And to break everything down, we didn't, it's a lot of stuff at stake. This election has got to be coming up the most powerful of elections in history, because we have two candidates running, minus another candidate that's not spoken of. But we have two main parties that fight against each other for years and years and years, and fight against each other right now, that are both past their prime, both approaching 80, and both are crooked. So whether you're on the Democratic side or the Republican side, you're crooked. So, it's hard to vote this year. And I'm putting that as another disclaimer out there as far as me being an American and what matters to me. Happy August 1st to everyone as well. Funny, it's on a Friday. So whoever got paid, I'm pretty sure you're happy. But I wanted to get on today, and I wanted to do a video because there are some things that I want to talk about briefly. I don't be on here long, and I'm yet to actually put all of this energy into my YouTube page. I got so many other things I'm trying to do. Can't focus on one at a time because I have so much time. But I wanted to talk about, well, I guess in a way I wanted to confess. And y'all forgive the background because I'm out by a highway that leads out from my apartment complex. But I wanted to get on and I wanted to talk about basically, us, black people. And I've been following the news religiously these last days or so, and it's quite interesting what's going on in the news and what you're hearing and different things like that. And we talk about unity, but how many know there's still no unity? All the organizations that's being created for black purpose, I ain't gonna say black people, because a lot of those organizations are infiltrated with other agendas and other people, other nationalities and races. So it's not completely black people, just for black people. A lot of things that we try are infiltrated with other people of other races with other agendas. And this is an issue within trying to stand for something or be united for a cause. A lot of people don't know that this month, I just recently learned that this month is actually known as Black August. I looked it up today. I've never heard of it until today, so it's like I'm trying to figure out, what do I do? How do I stand out? What do I do to honor? I believe his name was George Jackson, who was a revolutionary who basically got assassinated in a prison. If you look him up, you will find out history and the reason why we stand, and I say we stand, in solidarity and sacrificing some portion of time to raise awareness to what he stood for. But I say this after saying that is that I don't know how to follow us anymore, y'all. We are such a damaged people. We're fighting still against us. You know, and when they say black on black crime, you know, it's a horrible statistic. It's a horrible title to even wear, you know, within this economy, within this world, you know, to even be black people, you know, and we live amongst ourselves, you know. When you look at the Mexicans and different communities of people, when you look at Mexicans and Chinese people, I believe, are at the top of the food chain, if you will, of remaining within their community, not going outside of their community to do much of anything. When they shop in their community. When they eat at their restaurants. You see them go different places here and there, but normally if you're someone that's not in their culture, in their, you know, race bracket or anything like that, you see them mostly doing things within their culture because they have a specific diet. You know, and that goes for a lot of other different races and things like that, you know, or nationalities, different things like that. So it bothers me when we as a people, it seems like we're trying to get us together, but we're still so behind. We're still so behind. And it's like I'm at a loss on how to even follow us anymore. And I didn't say follow a specific group or anything like that, but I'm at a loss how to follow us anymore. You know, this is so pretty. We have these different groups and they're infiltrated with other agendas. And, you know, we're trying to stand for different things, but you have black people talking about how they're going to kill off their own people, and, you know, how other, you know, a lot of people may not believe it, but Black Lives Matter founders are lesbians, you know, and it is so many different things that are out there now that you don't even know how to follow it anymore because it carries other agendas. And it's like, yes, you can say Black Lives Matter, but don't necessarily be a part of that agenda or that organization. You know, it's so many different things out there now for black people to stand in sync, in alignment, in concordance, and march for, you know, with purpose. But at the same time, it will never, ever, I think, match up to what John Lewis, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, any of those great pioneers stood for. It will never amount to that, you know. And it is so many different organizations out there that, you know, there are certain people I follow, and I follow a lot of people for knowledge. I don't follow people for the rioting and the vandalism and all of that. I follow people for knowledge of our history as black people. And knowledge is study coming out for black people. And these are my ancestors because I'm black. You know, my ancestors are those who were black, who fought for my black skin to have freedom in this country, to be able to walk up and down the street like I'm doing right now. So you have to salute them. It's troubling, you know, because I'm exhausted. It's been conversation I've been a part of in Facebook as petty as Facebook is, has blocked me from expressing my concerns when it comes to race and how people are. It's real racist people that literally adapt to racism. When we say the words institutionalized racism, when you say institutionalized racism, what that means is you have been conditioned in racism. You have been conditioned in hate for years and years and years, taught by your forefathers, your friends, your parents, that black people are bad. That's what institutionalized racism is. It's a system. If you know that the body is a system, you put that in a system. You detail it in a system so biasly, so accurately, to the point that it becomes life. So you get what's known as institutionalized or systematic racism. You know, I feel like, I'm just a black man just trying to find my way. A single black man trying to find my way. And it's tough because, I have renounced my dedication to Christianity, or denounce, whichever one. They almost mean the same thing. But I have denounced my ownership and my dedication to Christianity, because in a lot of forms, Christianity comes from the Roman Catholic Church, which is also those that worship Loki, Baphomet, the devil, child pedophilia, stuff like that. When you read who King James was and all of that, yeah, this same man wrote the Bible, or was named on the Bible. I just don't know where to go from here, family. Every day is a challenge, and you don't know who to trust anymore. You can't even trust your own brother and sister anymore because of situations when you hear a black brother say that they will kill their own. And I get under the context maybe, but I don't think that should ever be something you should say within this era, especially when we dying every day. It's very important that we find some ground, because it hurts my heart to see that black people are dying at such a rapid rate. Even my little brother is starting to see it a little bit. Maybe not in the context of the way I see it, because I'm older than he is and have a little bit more history and wisdom than he does. But the way the world is, it's a sad world for people of color. I've never been one heavily in politics and involved in all of that, because it's, to me, it's an overwhelming argument that we'll never understand each other, because everybody lives on what America is for them, based on opinions, what works for their family, what works for them. So, and we deal with people who are in politics are making decisions based off what works for them. That's why we can't get nowhere. They make it about them versus the people. What are the people saying? What are the people communicating about behind closed doors, sitting in parent meetings, different things? And it's the conversation. You know, it's a conversation that needs to be had, because there's no unity in none of the conversations. No unity. There's so many organizations for us now where, you know, we can go out and choose to participate and different things like that, and, you know, try to gain some sort of ground. Hey, and I just don't know where we stand anymore, you know? What is actually being done and accomplished right now with the Black Lives Matter movement? What's actually being set in stone, written into law with the Black Lives Matter movement right now? Then you have all these other militia groups. I don't know what our ancestors was thinking. I don't know what the great mother of freedom, Harriet Tubman, was thinking when she freed us. But what I see with a lot of us is a lot of us don't have that knowledge, don't have that understanding. Because unless you really understand that you're a slave in this world, you're still a slave regardless of not picking cotton, regardless of not having shackles on your hands, you're still a slave. You're a slave to almost anything that you do in this earth. You're still a slave. You're always going to be looked down upon by those who feel they're better off than you, in better positions, have more money. And it's sad when black people do that against black people. And half the time, those black people are the ones that support Trump. But those that support Trump, I guess, agree to killing us, who pretty much have no meaning, no purpose in life. I don't know. But it's important that us black people, we get to a point one day, hopefully the young people do it for us, because maybe that's where it's going to lead. All of us who are in our 30s, 40s, and 50s in this era, we coming from the 80s and the 70s, we going to die off, and maybe the young people going to do it. Maybe the young people going to change the world before the Big Bang Theory happened. Who knows? Because us right now, we still so confused. We hot-headed. We so quick, we want to grab the gun and shoot back. But do you really have the knowledge of self? Do you really understand? Are you really in unity with your people? Because if a brother from the NFAC can say he can shoot his own, I get some people don't want to wake up. I get that. Some people don't want to wake up. I get that. Because a lot of them are comfortable, they're confined, they're set in their ways. They don't want it. They don't want to deal with it. And I get it. But what I see with us, from religious groups to militia, we all over the place still. And we're not unified. I know a person might ask me, you talk a lot about little different social topics and things like that, but you're never out helping in your community. Why? I can answer that question for you. Number one, I don't have the strength to do it. Number two, I don't have time to receive gray hairs on my head for fighting for the same issues that may never change. And my thing is, although what our ancestors fought for in the past did bring us at least maybe 35% freedom, quality of life, it still is a good 65%, a lot of work that needs to be done. And the only reason why that work is still undone is because the fact of the matter is we have become, we have become slaves again. And we didn't take up where they left off. Some have, but we didn't take up where they left off. We didn't grab the torch. We didn't grab the torch like we should have. We have become so adept to this new culture, this new atmosphere, this new thing that we done lost our damn minds. We done got so used to the mumbling culture with the rap music and women shaking their ass, and we done lost our way so far. We are so far off. You give us a little money, we do anything. Instead of put it in our communities, build us up, and take the other man out. We don't know what to do. We don't know how to invest. But then you got to blame our parents and our great-grandparents because they didn't know. And we can't blame them that they didn't teach us because they didn't know. They weren't taught. So we just lost out here. We just lost. We don't know which way to go, what to do, who to trust. One thing I can never do is carry such a hate in my heart for people. I never have and I never will. I have a understanding issue with the way people are and why, but we cause our own demise. We're our own enemy sometimes. Hold on. So family, I just wanted to talk a little bit about it because I've been involved lately just with all this time being at home, quarantine, quote unquote, and all of that. You have to stay knowledgeable of what's going on, and it's so much more to the story at the end of the day. But it's like I cannot join up with none of these causes. I can't, because they all have agendas. You really got to find your people, as one of my friends said. When it comes even to politics, you got to find your people that really stand with you in agreement of what you believe. What does, at the end of the day, true freedom, a free country, a free land, what does that look like? Should be the homework for every American that's oppressed, suppressed, and racist. That should be homework for every American. No matter what culture you are from, coming here and born or not born, that should be your homework. What is true freedom for American? What does a free land look like? People say that, when it comes to wars and different things, and they say my grandfather fought for this and my father fought for that. When I think of what a black person fought for, and not just these senseless wars, but even before that, we've been fighting for freedom for so many years and so many different ways, and guess what? We're still shackled. We're still shackled. We're mentally shackled because we don't want to know our history. We're physically shackled because we give in to all of the materialistic values of things. And we don't see that we're lost people. We can't even get rid of the word of calling ourselves niggas and bitches. We can't get away from that. Why? Because the white man, he don't know the truth. That his ancestors put us there. Gave us that hood, put us in, because let's give this for an example. Think of the shacks and the huts that slaves had to live out of. They didn't have the best until they got a master's house. And still, guess what? They were a Negro. They were just known as a little uppity Negro. What's the word? The coon, the house Negro. You wasn't a field Negro, you was a house Negro. And then you adapted master's mindset. Man, why do you think that was a black slave owner? Because he developed master's mindset, developed master's tricks. There's a lot of history out there, y'all. I don't want to get too deep on this. But like I said, I don't know how to follow us. I don't know, and it's sad that the fathers that give us wisdom are not giving us wisdom anymore. Like us young guys, we don't have the security and the know about the street smarts to protect ourselves against these crooked cops, and to be knowledgeable and smart enough to be able to handle ourselves. I'm trying to teach my little brother that. My father's trying to teach us as his sons that. But what happens with the generation that doesn't listen? They just lost out here, and I feel bad. I try to be a role model. I don't know why not many like me, but I don't expect to be liked that much, really. Because I gotta be me at the end of the day. I gotta speak truth. I gotta be honest. Because I love all people. And I think that love stems from coming from church, or having a grandmother that was loving and taught you right, a mother that was loving. But guys, like I said, I just don't really know how to follow us. They got a grand opening over there. I don't know. But I just wanted to leave this little nugget of information with you guys. Hopefully everybody has a great first Saturday. Please look into Black August. Some good information there. Keep being safe, keep being blessed. Talk to y'all soon. Peace and love and light. Out.